Welcome to the SMO Podcast. My name is Whitney, and today I'll be asking each guest 7 questions in 7 minutes. Here is the first look of our guest that will be speaking live on our stage. Look below to see what you'll say differently. And here is our next episode. Welcome.
Hello, guys. We are here with another episode, and today I have my guest Dominique here on the line, calling in from Atlanta, Georgia. And today we're going to be asking her 7 questions in 7 minutes. So I'm excited to hear about what it is, who she is, and letting you guys understand who she is as well too, so that you can learn something new today. Obviously, guys, you know, on the SMO podcast, we interview multiple entrepreneurs, and today we have Dominique. How are you feeling today?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm amazing. I'm amazing. For everybody watching, can you kind of explain to them like who you are and like what it is that you do?
Okay, so my name is Dominique M. I'm a author, I'm a worthiness coach, as well as a speaker, and I help girls and women stop leading from validation and start leading from worth. And I do that through books, coaching courses, as well as events. I've authored over 40 books, and the premise is to ensure that girls are clear, confident, courageous, and that they know that they're not wounded, but they're worthy.
I love that so much. I love that so much. And right now we have to have them understand a little bit of more of Dominique now, because what got you to get started in this path of now not only just publishing 40 books, but like really taking it head on with the market of women?
So pretty much I would say it started when I was 5 years old. That's when I began to question my worth. That's when my parents divorced, actually, and no one really sat me down and told me I wasn't enough, but I didn't have the language for what I was experiencing. So I created my own meaning, and I just started overachieving and overextending, and I did that all throughout my life. And I feel like that childhood trauma impacted my self-worth, which also impacted my relationships, where I became a people pleaser, a overgiver, like a pushover, being nice at my own expense. And I actually just published a book about this on Saturday, basically where I'm talking about how childhood trauma impacts our self-worth, which ultimately impacts our relationships, platonic and romantic.
Mm, that's very, very, very touching and deep, because I mean, at that point, I mean, I can honestly see why now, like why you would take this path so seriously. So why do you think most people in the space of that you're helping in, why do you think they stay stuck in that space?
Because it's familiar,
Mm,
and familiar often robs us of our future. So they like to be comfortable. I feel like we all like to be comfortable. So sometimes it's hard. It's easier. I'm sorry, staying stuck, and it's harder to seek out the healing and do the internal work that's required.
mm, mm, mm,
I feel like, and then, like I said, it's familiar.
mm,
So sometimes I feel like they don't even know. They're not
mm,
sure. They don't know that they're stuck. It's just that's their normal. So if, for example, if I grew up in an abusive home, I think that abuse is love. I equate abuse with love. But if I grew up in a loving home, I would have to pretty much come across someone else who shed light on, oh, this is wrong, this is abusive, this is not love. Because sometimes a lot of women, they equate abuse with love because they've seen it. And normally, like I said, going back to childhood, it stems from some type of childhood trauma. So it wasn't necessarily, it was taught, but it was also caught. So everything that we learn throughout life, it's not our own beliefs, it's those beliefs that were pushed upon us.
mm. I love that. That was powerful. If someone came to you struggling, what's the first thing you'll fix with them?
The first question that I would ask them is, when did they first begin to question their worth? That's a question that I feel like a lot of people kind of, they don't acknowledge, they skip over it, and they've never thought about it before. I actually asked a lady this a couple of months ago, and she said she didn't know how to answer the question because she didn't know there was worth because she was molested as a little girl. So I feel like it's just uncovering those layers and uncovering the wounds so we can get to the worthy part.
I love that. What's
Because
one
it's
thing?
in there. We're
Yeah.
all worthy, but we have to know that we're worthy and we have to reclaim our worth and walk in our worth.
Mm, I love that a lot. What's a mindset shift that changed for you? That just
A
literally just changed
mindset
everything.
shift. I feel like, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. I would say it's definitely one day I just woke up and said, I deserve better and I
Mm,
deserve better all around. I'm
mm,
sorry. I deserve better all around, not just in one area, but in every area. And I'm a mom, so I want to set the example for my children so that not only I know that I'm worthy, but they see me walking in my worth also. So it's not well, not just for my kids, but for me also. I can't preach to others that they have to walk in their worth if I'm not fully walking in mine. So there's one thing to know that you need to walk in your worth, there's another to actually do it. So I feel like a lot of times, just because you know something, you don't necessarily act on it. For
mm,
example, when you were little, your mom might say, "Don't touch the stove because it's hot." So you know better, but that doesn't mean you're going to do it because you don't know the dangers and the consequences behind it. So I feel like because I did not know my worth and I wasn't walking in it in the childhood trauma I experienced, um, it was easy for me to be a people pleaser and easy for me to allow people to take advantage of me at my own expense.
mm,
And it just had to come to a point where I know I deserve better and I need to start acting like I deserve better.
mm. That was powerful. Where can
Thank you.
people find you to like learn more about what it
Okay.
is that you do?
My website is www.inspiringandenpoweringladies.com. And I'm on Instagram at Dominique M. Williams. And Instagram is mainly where I'm at, but I'm on Threads also as Dominique M. Williams and Facebook also. So all platforms, Dominique M. Williams, and the website, inspiringandenpoweringladies.com.
Mm, love that. Love that. People are
Thank
definitely
you.
going to be looking for you. What does being seen and heard mean to you personally?
Being seen and heard. Visibility is extremely important. So with this work in particular, I don't want to be the best kept secret. I feel like more girls need to learn their worth and they need to learn it early so they won't have to be a woman who's trying to reclaim her worth. So I feel like as women, we have to do a lot of unlearning and relearning. And I feel like as girls, they're still learning. So if they learn to walk in their worth from an early age, they won't experience as much heartache and grief. Of course, life is still going to happen, but a lot of things can be prevented. Like if they know that they can be confident, they can be courageous, they can be clear, that all goes to being seen and being heard. When I was a child, I was taught be seen and not to be seen and not heard. And to me, that's insane. But girls should be both seen and heard. So
Mm,
I feel like I feel like it's part of our patriarchal society, but it's also just generational, passing it on from generation to generation. And even though they may have meant well, um, the way it was delivered was not right. So as a result, girls shrink, they settle, and they become silent in rooms where they should speak up. So I need to have a voice and be visible, but also the girls and women that I'm working with, they need to have a voice and be visible and know that they can stop hustling for validation, lead from their worth, and that they're not wounded, but they're worthy.
mm. Wow, that's beautiful. And this is the bonus question. It's the last question.
Okay.
What's a belief you had to break to become successful?
A belief that I had to break. I would say the main one is forgiving myself and giving myself grace for what I did not know, and pretty much accepting help and support when it's offered. Because it goes back to another thing that I was taught, like just because someone offers doesn't mean they really want you to have it, or don't be a burden on others. So it creates hyper independence. So grace, forgiveness, and accepting support when it's offered.
I love that. Wow, guys, that was Dominique. 7 questions in 7 minutes. I think that was very important for those that are watching. They're probably going to share this to, someone just in their development stage, especially the younger generation, especially a lot. I love what you're talking about. I mean, it seems like you definitely have an entire purpose on your life to help women around the world. And yeah, this is just a start, guys. I love this, Dominique. I wanted to definitely bring you back on stage. This was 100% a pleasure for everybody to get to know you. Guys,
Yes.
this was SMO Podcast, and this was Dominique. I'll catch you guys later.
Thank you.